It's time for a deck that you'll have a bottomless amount of fun with. Pyro Druid. The idea behind this deck is inspired by the very short-lived Pyrotechnician Druids, where you used Thaddeus as a way to essentially get infinite mana in combination with Pyrotechnician, making it a very easy combo. However, we no longer have that. Instead, we have New Heights, which will allow us to scale our mana up to new heights that were never possible before, and should allow us to do very similarly to what those older versions of this deck did. Overall, it is worth mentioning one of these games is going to be recorded from the stream with a little bit of off-topic commentary, but the game was so good that we're including it in the video, so please watch that one. Other than that, though, if you're looking for a deck for Pyrotechnician, this is going to be a fun one to try out before she rotates. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the deck. The first thing to watch out for is going to be New Heights. Outside of this, you're going to be looking for early game removals, such as Chalice. And if you see Dollhouse in combination with this, you'll have an even better time. And speaking of Dollhouse, if you see this card plus Toy Chest, you're going to want to keep both of them. Otherwise, you're going to be looking for draw power cards. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. That's a very reasonable take. I was just curious, you know. Oh yeah, I will say this, in my opinion, the rune system was a mistake. They should have never brought it over from WoW, because, spoiler alert, the rune system in WoW got changed after like 5-6 years. Actually, I might be misremembering the timeline, but it doesn't really matter if I'm misremembering the timeline. It got changed to being where there was only one rune type eventually, instead of having 3 different rune types. The problem I have with the rune system in Hearthstone is the same one I had in WoW, which was it just feels clunky. And I don't know. That's just my opinion. It feels kind of clunky. I know it's not actually probably a problem, but like, I don't know. And I fully understand what you mean by it being overwhelming. And it also kind of sucks because like when they initially revealed and released DK, they like made sure like all the runes had like equal support, but you can't do that unless you give like 3 times the amount of cards for DK than any other class. And they don't want to do that, and I can't blame them for not wanting to do it. That's yeah. I can come up with a lot of fun, unique ideas for DK, but like half of the what the sweet hell are we? Oh, never mind. They've randomly discovered. Wait, huh? I'm kind of confused because they're running impeccable value, which is weird, right? I'm not weird for thinking that that's weird. But yeah, there's been a lot of times where I'm like, man, I would love to make X deck for DK, and then like proceeds, I can't make it because I would need a 4th rune. I'd be very... This is something that I expect to happen. There's 2 ways I can see this ending up going. We're going to have a mass like nerf patch for like DK and Wild. And then they're going to change the system so you can use like any card. Or we will eventually get a legendary printed saying you can choose 4 runes instead of 3 runes for a DK deck. It's there. One of 2 things will happen. One of those things will happen. I would almost want to bet you that that's the path that we're heading down. I kind of just want to go face, to be fair. I don't know how much like of other card games you've played, but another great example is like Pendulum Monsters. Like people really don't like Pendulum Monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh because they're viewed as like really complicated, but they're not technically super complicated. Or how they like eventually dumb down like fusion monsters in Yu-Gi-Oh, where you needed like a certain material for a lot of them, but now they don't. They just basically use whatever material, like generic. Yeah. But yeah, like also on pendulum cards, there are 2 pendulum numbers because what happens is you're supposed to like the ability is when you have a pendulum in both pendulum zones, well, those don't exist anymore. When you have two pendulum cards in the spell trap zones, you can special summon monsters from your hand or face up extra deck that have the level that are in between those two levels, between the two scales. However, like early on, people were like, what if they made it where there were some cards that had two different scales on them normally? And then I think that's the angle that they were going to go down, but people were so confused by them, they just were like, okay, we're not doing that. Like, people already hate them, and we don't need another reason for them to hate them even more than they already do. Sorry, random side tangent for card game not related to Hearthstone, but you know. Yeah, actually, another great example of something that confuses players, and I'm pretty sure this is why we didn't see like tourist minions. Not a lot of players still understand them. I'm curious if we can actually clear out this entire board. If we got lucky hits, we might have been able to, but we definitely did not. Oh, okay, maybe we did get a little bit lucky. Okay, what do we want here? I kind of want to get Ceaseless Expanse to heal for full. Oh, I didn't actually need two of those, though. Bob could be good, but I think Ceaseless is just what we need to grab. But yeah, I haven't played Yu-Gi-Oh! In, like, I don't remember how many. Actually, probably around the time I stopped collecting stuff. Oh, I beat Terran Shaman when it could go infinite in this deck. I have a game where they were playing it was an old game. This is how long I've been testing this deck, by the way. Where it was Murgle, you know, the Murgle hero power like disconnected for a little bit, which sucked, but okay, we're gonna do this. Like, when this deck pops off, it pops off hard, but like it has to pop off hard to get there. Wave of Nostalgia is so not what we need. The nice thing, though, is we don't have to worry about Ghost. Maybe a Dirty Rat, but, like, I do kind of wish... I might add the Fizzle back into the list. Just because, like, being able to do the combo twice instead of once is actually pretty nice. Also, being able to, like, use the Ceaseless Expanse to, like, clear out the board multiple times is pretty nice, too. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Let's see what we grab. Molten Magma, not really what I wanted, but it's cheap. Okay, one of those cards is really, really funny. Oh, we'll just keep going. Okay, I don't need a shit ton of Molten Magmas. This is the... So, what we're actually hoping to get is Supernova. That's actually legitimately what you're trying to get. Is because if you get that, like, while you have, like, an empty hand, you can basically just do a bajillion damage and then win the game. Has it happened multiple times? No. Has it happened once against exactly what we're playing against? Yes. I'm amazed that they didn't slam down Jim, though. Okay, there's Tide Pool. It would be really funny if... Okay, I was going to say Sif, but... that could be good. Oh, shit. What? How bad could that backfire if I do this? Okay, not that bad. Not, well, I mean, bad, but not like, oh god, we lost the game, bad. Okay, there's Jim. Oh, they're not going to be able to summon all of them. Oh, because they don't have space. We might be fine, actually. I mean, probably not, but, like, could be fine. There's Pyrotechnician. Let's see what we grab here. Come on, Yogg. Oh, none of that's what I want. Okay, well. Wait a second. We might be fine. Because they haven't, and so they don't have another gym because they didn't play Fizzle, so we don't have to worry about that. I guess the last thing we have to worry about is Insidious. Right? Not wrong by saying that, right? Okay, Black Rock and Roll is not the card I want at this point. That could be funny. I don't have another minion for that. I mean, there's the Supernova. I mean, if we can empty out our hand, we might actually still win this game. Which sounds weird, but, like, we have 20-ish mana. Sure, thanks. I'm gonna just yoinky splanky your ceaseless. Like, I know they have a bajillion armor, but, like... Actually, do I... No, we do want it, just in case. It might come up. You never know. You can have some coins. We'll place another one of these, because why not? If we use this to get rid of the minions, we make another Ragnaros. I'm pretty sure Supernova can't generate another Supernova, so that's kind of a problem. But, like, eh. Okay, well, I mean, I'm just going to gain the armor. Why not? Are they not running Insidious? Bonk them a little bit, not by much. Part of me, okay, you're going to launch this, right? Yup. I mean, there's like an 80% chance we still lose, but, like, it would be really funny if we somehow managed to, like... Sure. I mean... Wait a second. We might be in a way better position than I think we are. Huh. I mean... Huh. Okay, they play... There is a really funny... Okay, there is a really funny angle we can take this down. Since we only have one minion in our hand, we might as well buff that up as much as possible. I'm trying to think of, like, what other cards they have, right? A part of me really wants to slam down the 31-31. But, okay, we know one is a coin. We know one is Shutter Block. We have to slam it down, right? If they have Bob and they steal our minion, we lose the game. If it isn't Bob, if it isn't a card to steal our minion, we win the game in 2 turns. We win the game in 2 turns. Okay, I think. That... Oh... yes, they have used both locked odds. So, I don't know what they have left in the deck. We win! Wait. Misfire, please, for the love of God. Hit this once. Let's go. Okay, time for a game against Priest. Let's see what they have in store for us. Now, I'm assuming it's going to be Protoss Priest, which is... Actually, I know there are a few other decks floating around for Priest. I know there's like a Pain Priest list. I tried to use that to climb the ladder this month, and it just didn't work how I wanted it to. It did early on, and then it just fell off. And then I guess Rami is still floating around. There's a lot of fun Priest decks that I really want to try out before... Actually, I guess there's nothing that's really rotating before that I really need to do still with Priest. Actually, weirdly enough, last year I had a lot of decks ideas that I wanted to do before stuff rotated. But this year, I've gotten to more of them. It might be because I've done like basically 3 uploads for the majority of last year a week when it comes to Standard Hearthstone instead of having split content between Mercenaries or Twist. Overall, I don't know. Maybe, and it also might be because of the insane power level of like this newest mini set. I've tried a lot of ideas recently that just do not work anymore, sadly. I really wish they did work, but it is what it is. Like, I really, really, really wanted to do something with, like, an infinite Plague DK list, but I think it might be a little bit too slow. I've also tested a bunch of, like, weird variants of, like, Blood DK using some Zergs. That might actually still happen. I kind of like the idea behind it, but I think it probably isn't. I don't know. I need to find something to do with 8 Hands from Beyond. I know it's not rotating, but I need to find something out to do with it before Cattle Rustler rotates, because after that rotates, I think that card is completely unplayable. At least right now, you can kind of perfectly curve it out on like turn 5 if you like coin into it. All right, let's... Ooh. I guess we get File. Why not, right? Pop this. Pen of Earth. Let's grab Pyrotechnician. We can use Trail Mix here too. Probably should have actually saved Trail Mix for Mistah Vistah, but oh well. Oh, also worth mentioning, I know they announced some bouncing changes for tomorrow. I don't know exactly what they're going to be. I know for a fact it's Fizzle. So if they destroy the card, then we'll probably end up cutting the card out of this list. Alright, let's... Actually, this should destroy everything, right? Yeah! Perfect. Oh, Black Rock and Roll. Okay, as long as... Game, please, for the love of everything, do not draw into Ceaseless Expanse on this track back. Please. Come on. I will say this. I tried to do a list like this in Priest. Please, 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 please. Oh, why? Every time. I tried to do this in Priest first. I was trying to use Chill and Vol'jin in order to get the swap on like a charge minion and then have like 100. I never was able to do it. I still want to do something with Black Rock and Roll and maybe like Warrior. There's a few lists in Warrior that I want to try before they rotate. That's one of them. There's also like a Voon Odin Warrior list that I kind of want to try out too. That could be really fun. But yeah, I might try that deck out soonish. I don't know when soonish is. It's an Odin Warrior style of list. I just need to find a fine time to try it out. There's a few ideas that I haven't gotten to that I really want to try out, depending on how the meta actually shapes up after the changes. The first one I think would be fun would be like a freeze mage list, but I know we just did a mage list, and that's heavily reliant on getting matchups against the people who are using like weapon or attack based decks, which I figure are going to be like more popular after the changes go out. Well, you know, let's see what else we can grab here. Okay, there's Chrono Boost. ×2. I am actually kind of sad that the Priest list didn't turn out better. Trying to maximize the damage, right? We don't care about, like... I mean, we should be fine still. Okay. Heal for... Okay, so Ceaseless Expanse, probably. Oh, actually, no, it could actually be... Mothership. Mothership would... Yep. Okay. Alright. Swipe, swipe, swipe. Come on, hit their minion. Or face. That'll work, too. The Black Rocket Whirl is funny, but, like... We drew into Ceaseless right after that. Okay, I guess we can scale up a little bit, and then I guess grab Pyrotechnician. We could also grab Fizzle, I guess, but I don't know if I really want to. Alright, let's make this dormant so they don't get any more advantage off of it. Okay. Good news is Ceaseless Expanse. Oh! Fizzle is funny. We actually probably shouldn't have done it like this, but whatever. It'll be fine, right? We'll still have enough damage, I think. And even if we don't, we just go again next time. I wish that would give you the spell first, but it is what it is. Now, do we want to put down the Ceaseless Expanse? I think we can just leave it up. We're... Oh, Yogg. Oh, fun. I mean... Okay, take the Yogg. Please, destroy the other minions on your board. Hit me? Yeah. Okay, so we could use Bob. This is going to look weird, but this would work. We use Bob. We take this back from them. Thanks for the additional refresh, I guess. And now can we BM our way to maybe another one? Or like game from here? Has to be the cheap spell, right? Refresh the hero power or mana. Destroy that. Get rid of this minion. Oh, perfect, actually. Well, you know, bye-bye. All right, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So I played around 30 games with the deck, ended up with around a 45% win rate, which is higher than you would expect for something like this. This actually went up a little bit after the balancing changes because you no longer had to navigate the world of infinite combo lists. And that means you had a much easier time to out-resource your opponent in theory. However, it is worth mentioning that this is a slower deck. It has a pretty bad matchup against any of like the attack-based lists. However, it does have enough removal tools to deal with some of the more aggro widespread lists. Overall, if you're looking for a meme to use Pyrotechnician in, this is a great one for you to do so. And like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye-bye.